Hi there guys, rekindling an old love? Yes sir, Guild Wars 2. Well, I recently, very recently, like 5-6 days ago, took up Guild Wars 2 again. It's been a very long time since I played Guild Wars 2. It was around the time when they started talking about attacking and destroying Lion's Ark, which is the center community city in the game. But recently I came back, heard about the new expansion that is soon arriving. It's not here yet. And I started playing, and a lot of things have really changed, and I'm actually quite happy with how they changed. There we go. Let's join that party. Let's try this then. There we go. And I'm really happy with how things have turned out in this game. Custom-wise, as you can see, my character, he's a mean-looking dude, but comparing to some of the other players around, he's not so bad after all. This is my new main character, and I spent yesterday leveling up his crafting. He's an artificer at max level. My other characters is a warrior and a fighter. If you haven't played Guild Wars 2 before, it may sound a bit strange, but those two classes sound really much alike, but they're not. But they're cool, and this is the Necromancer. If he wanted to, he can use pets. I'm not using pets. I'm more focused on PvE, AoE damage, area of effect, right? So, as you can see, most of my spells are area of effect spells, even my healing, and I got a few damage circles as well, and a transformation spell that will transform me. What's this? Earn increased rewards in PvP during community events. Oh yeah, there's some sort of event going on, but there's always some sort of event going on, and that's another thing. This game is really great because I don't have to pay the monthly subscription once I got the game. And the development community is very active. They are constantly changing the game, modifying, fixing things. As late as last night, suddenly we all got a text on screen: new build available, please restart. And once you restart, it's going to patch and you'll be able to log in instantly. That's awesome. You don't have to queue up or wait or all that bullshit. So I think Guild Wars is certainly one of the top contenders of best MMOs still in 2015. So far, at least, I haven't seen any really at that level or this level. And you may wonder what I'm doing right here and what all these people are doing right here. Well, we are waiting for a boss to spawn. In Guild Wars we have these world bosses, and they spawn at specific times. So there are several websites that are timing these events, so you can just watch where you have to be at a specific time. And this event is going to start in exactly 5 minutes. Or be over in 5 minutes. Sometimes it varies a bit. But it's around now, and that's why we have all these people here. That's pretty cool. And you can see I got a team pretty quick, and sometimes groups form up into raid groups as well, even though it's not really necessary for this type of event. And if you saw the minimap, you could just see somebody came running in, and because we have all these people on screen, the frames is going to drop like crazy. And you will be able to see this because I'm recording. Well, right now it says I'm using Open Broadcast System. And right now it says 50, 60, 20, 20, 60. So it's really jumping when you have all these people on the screen. That's fine. I can live with that. It makes sense. The computer will not be able to handle all of this information. I'm using a fairly old computer. It's 4 years old. Certainly not up to spec. But it's working and I'm able to play. However, by reading the chat I can see I'm not the only one having this problem. There we go. Then we destroy the portals. We run back. At a very low frames per second. It's more like a slideshow right now, as you can see. Anyway, start tagging the boss and just hitting him and getting him killed. You can see he's going down pretty fast at the top center there, and the slideshow is amazing. You can see even the comment people are saying something like, I want to buy frames per second. Of course the game wasn't originally intended to handle this amount of players, but the Guild Wars 2 community is actually quite good, and it's insane how good people in this game are at collaborating. I've never played any other MMO where people are able to collaborate like this, so I'm very impressed. Also how helpful people is if you need something or can't figure out something. It's very rare to find these sealers people you usually find in many other MMOs. So let's see if we can get in there and loot this chest. There we go. And we're still taking frost damage. There we go. Done. So, bronze. Well, of course I got bronze. I'm busy talking and I'm not really focusing on the combat. But you get this medal when you complete events, and it's either bronze, silver or gold, and it really depends how many rewards you get in both cash and items. Got a bonus chest. Get one of these per world boss each day. So that's nice. So let's see. Did we get something good? Let's leave the party. There we go. No, not really. And here's where I make most of my money. So I just sell at the global trade market where you trade with other players. You can see I'm getting 20 silver for that. I think I'm going to get 20 silver for each of them. 9 for this one. Almost 50, so that's good. And 17. Oh, there's one more. Perfect. And there we go. As you can see down here, I just earned 1 gold. Of course, I need to go and pick it up at a specific NPC in order to get it, but that's fine, no rush. There we go. And our frames are back up. You can see people have left. They are moving on to the next world boss. Let's just claim these buffs. You can see they give different bonuses to different things. I can't claim this one for some reason. Nope. Well, screw it then. Maybe it's because I have something better. I don't know. So, Guild Wars 2, amazing game, great game. Certainly up to spec in terms of both graphics and gameplay. And it's a huge world. Really huge. let's see. I'm just going to move this guy so he's a bit safe. He can stand right there. So let's hit map, and then you can see this was the area. You can see my movement right there. This is one zone, and this is the parts of the server, because there's a lot of areas I haven't explored with this guy. So let's switch to a character where I have explored a lot of the areas. Not the entire map, but close. This girl right here, you can see I have 82% of the map explored. And as you can see, she's parked in that main city called Lion's Ark. Unfortunately, Lion's Ark is destroyed now, and everything is set up with temporary windows and such. Hopefully at some point they are going to repair it, and it will be a fun place to be again. Right now it's not so fun. And what has happened is really people have been scattered all over the world into the more capital cities because of this. And please excuse the very, very long load time, and that's because I'm actually recording right now, as you can see. So, patience, young Padawan. There we go. Last thing I did with this character yesterday was actually to explore this area down here to 100%, as you can see. And when you complete one of these areas, you get a XP bonus, you get a chest and some stuff. That's cool. So the next area I plan to explore with this character is this area. I've been running through it, most likely because I had to complete some quests, but that's it. I haven't completed all of the side quests or missions or found all the points in the area. So that's my next task. And you can see the area is level 50 to 60. That's fine. I'm level 80. And what happens when you enter one of these areas at a high level is actually quite marvelous, because that means, well, sorry, of course, you're going to be level adjusted. So I'm level 80, but down here to the left below the chat you can see it says 54 arrow down and then 80, which means I'm still level 80. I have my level 80 gear, but I've been scaled down to 54, which is the max in this specific area where I am right now. Meaning, when I have a friend joining, he's just starting Guild Wars, he wants to make a new character, he wants help leveling up his character, or maybe he wants help killing some boss or something like that, I can bring excuse me, I can bring my favorite character over in the beginner area, and my favorite character will then be adjusted down to level 1 or 5 depending on the area, of course, and we are able to play together without a huge difference in power. Of course there will still be a difference because I am better geared and I have better weapons, but of course the weapons and gear are also scaled, but it's still better. That's awesome. I really love this game, even though I sometimes complain on Twitter or in the forums. I sometimes just get enough, you know. And then you say, what's the catch? Well, considering you can't, well, you're not paying a subscription. They earn their money by selling you in-game stuff. You can't pay to win. You can buy costumes, as you can see. I even have a costume for this character. You can see this is her armor. So if I click H, I click outfits, and I click this one. You can see this is her normal dress. Got a witch outfit for her. There we go. And one of the new things added in Guild Wars is all your skins. So if a character finds a type of equipment I don't have any right now. But if you find a new piece of equipment like this bow, you can right click it and click unlock skin. Meaning you can go into your wardrobe. You can click one of your items, say your shoulder pads, like these. And you can simply select what type of shoulder pads should my character have. And it doesn't matter if they don't belong to a class, as long as they are matched in category, light, medium or heavy. Even though I'm pretty sure these are light. That's pretty cool. And of course, it's still going to cost you 1 transmutation charge, as it's called. Before this update, you had to use a transmutation stone. Transmutation stones or charges you can get by completing these areas. There's usually one of them in each chest. Not always, but often. Or you can buy them in here for these blue gems. Blue gems are sold by the developers themselves, as you can see right there. And if you need gold, you can then click this one and exchange gold for gems and vice versa. And then you think, well, that's a good profit for you. No, because they are going to charge you a 50% currency exchange rate. So right now I have almost 200 gold, which means I can buy around 1000 gems, right? I could also exchange those 69 into maybe 10 gold if I needed to. One at a time, apparently, right? And gems can only be bought. I haven't seen anywhere where you can earn gems. But if you're like me, just earn a lot of gold. So then you can take all your gold and exchange it into gems, and then you can buy stuff for your gems. If you wanted to, of course. And there's all sorts of cosmetic, but there's also tools that's going to help you in the game. But it's not going to give you an advantage over other players. It's just going to either boost your leveling, boost your some sort of skill. You can see gathering booster, you're going to gather more materials, or boost your karma, etc, etc. There's no damage boosters, at least to my knowledge. There's skins, there's toys, there's things to change your character's abilities, but not combat abilities. You have this sort of PvP ability that's not really PvP. When we stand around waiting for a boss to spawn, we sometimes do brawling. It's just for fun. It's not really brawling. And it's not really, you're going to beat other players or be beaten, but you're not going to die or anything. You're not losing anything. It's just for fun. But this fun always counts towards achievements. Everything in this game counts towards achievements. And I don't really have that many because I haven't really looked into this. But at certain points in your achievement career, you are going to get different chests. And some chests have unlocks. You can see I get a couple of gloves, or I have to choose either the Radiant or the Hellfire Vam braces, I'm not sure. But it's gloves in my world. And once you have those unlocked, you can just grab them down here. You can see I have these 2 weapon skins. But there's achievements for everything. And I really do mean everything. That's pretty cool. That's a cool feature. But the only reason I'm collecting these achievements is because of this chest. You can see there's a chest. And usually when you look at it, you can see contains 2 drops of liquid world experience, or in this case, and 20 badges of honor. Well, that's cool. That's something I can use. Sorry, just got a message. My dog is very sick, so I'm really paying attention. I've just been at the veterinarian, but she's sedated right now, so she's just sleeping. Anyway, Guild Wars 2, if you haven't gotten it yet, I suggest you get it. It's a pretty cool game, and what I find really more better is that I took almost a break of 1 year. I came back and really was able to just get right into the game and play it. I was able to find some friends and play with them. They have a great looking for group system. You can see you can find for dungeons and everything, and there's even groups that's ready, right? Some people are even selling achievements. You can see 3.5 gold for an achievement. That's pretty cool. And yes, I would pay 3.5 gold easily for some sort of achievement I need help with getting. No problem. Dungeons, fractals, different kinds of dungeons if you're worried. Story, that's the quest line. There's a great story from level 1 to level 80. If you just play the story, the amount of side quests you have to do to get to level 80 is very, very minimal. But if you're like me, you can just level up by doing only side quests and then do the story when you're already level 80. That's how I usually do it. And since it's Guild Wars, there's of course a guild, and you can see most of people there, that's family and friends, haven't really been on in a long time, and neither have I just got back. And that brings me to the next point. You can be in multiple guilds at the same time. I can't remember if it's 3 or 5 you can be in, but you can be in multiple guilds and then switch representation, because you're going to earn some sort of value to your guild. Let's see. You can see here there's earnings right there. And this is our current influence. This influence is spent on upgrading guild items. You can see we have different categories. These different categories, so let's just add one of these. There we go. Always good with these banners, and you can place them around. And they're really cheap. Anyway, these upgrades can give your guild different bonuses, like these banners that are temporary, but you can also do guild quests, etc. So that's pretty cool. You can get these achievements for the guild quests. I'm not really into the guild quests thing. It's okay, it's fun. I just play the game because it's fun, relaxing, and this is the most relaxing game I've played in a long time, even when you're doing raids. And the raids quotation marks, right, is pretty cool, because the longest raid I think is 40 minutes. If it's going to take that long, it's not going to take that long. That's what I like. I'm not going to commit myself for several hours. I'm only committing myself for 30 to 40 minutes at max. Yes, please. I'm an adult. I got a life. I don't have all day sitting around raiding, beating down hundreds of mobs with insane HP until I get to a boss that also has insane HP. In this game, you just run straight up to the boss, start beating on him until he's dead. And then you can do your side quest, killing all the insane HP mini-bosses or whatever you want. That's awesome. And yes, I've been in level 80 a long time, and I still find a lot of enjoyment in this game. And there's still a lot I haven't done or explored yet. So, feel like playing Guild Wars 2? I really hope so. I'm sorry if I didn't really show much gameplay, but it's really hard to show something unless you really want to show something specific, because there's so many things to see, and you can see the world is really diverse in areas. You can see we got some desert-like area over here. We got some sort of shadow. A spooky area over here, that purple stuff right there. We got a snowy, and we got this Middlelands things, right? And we got this green area right here, suited for humans. Funny enough, that's the human capital right there. And then right down here into the jungle, and finally tech area down there. And then we have the middle area, which is really the high level area, and you can see that's level 80 plus on that island, level 75 to 80, 75 to 80, and 80 down here as well. Funny enough, those are some of the areas that I got almost all of the items. The only things I'm missing down here is really some of these skill challenges that is. I can't find. Oh, there we go. That's one right there. And usually a skill challenge is a challenge where you have to kill a NPC at that spot, or simply be able to commune a point, meaning you are going to meditate for, I think it's 20 or 30 seconds without getting attacked. Usually they are quite easy, but it's still a challenge sometimes. Let's see if I'm not sure where was I? The level 80 stuff, yeah. Anyway, when you have all your stuff, you can then buy cool gear. And in the end, this game is all about just getting cool gear. He got the same back piece as me, except his is a tier higher than mine. This back piece comes in several tiers, and you have to tier it up. You can see it's actually not the right back piece, but check this out. This is just a skin I added. So when you start out with this one, I think it looks like this. It's just this. Then you get 2. Then you get 4. And then you get 6. And the next step is an additional 2 and a color glow. But it's a lot of materials you have to gather. So again, something to do. And it's not really a grind. Why don't we go and gather some of the materials I need right now? I need something called blade shards, but blade shards is really hard to come by. You can do a jumping puzzle. Yep, that's right. There is jumping puzzles in this MMO. I don't know who thought of that idea, because jumping puzzles and lag. Yeah. Jumping puzzles and other players that are able to buff your speed. Oh yeah. Brilliant idea. No. But it's working out okay. I can do about half the jumping puzzles, and that's it. Some of them are really hard. Anyway, one of these jumping puzzles give you the blade shards. But eventually down the way you get this home instance where you can place some of these things you can mine, and you can come back and mine them each day, and they will give some sort of resource you can use in your crafting system. And I got this one right here, which is a sprocket generator. And I'm going to get these Watchwork sprockets and a single blade shard. Now, there is a recipe, crafting recipe, where you take 50 of these sprockets, 50 iron ingots, one of these. Oh, it's not iron ingots, it's 50 of these, one of these blade shards, and then 2 different types of, well, let's just call it magical dust, because I can't remember the name. Then you get a random amount back between 1 and 50. I would say the random amount is always around 5 and 15. Okay, in order to upgrade this back piece, you always need, well, the first time you need 50, then you need 100, then you need 250, 250, 250, and 250. So that's something like 1,000 of these. I just got one off, and you can get one per day from this one, maybe 2 if you're lucky. I think it should be able to give you 5, but I've never seen it. Then again, I just got back from a very long break, so I, of course, missed a lot of events, missed a lot of content, missed a lot of the stories happening, because they really change the story all the time. Anyway, guys, if you're looking to play with or against me, I'm playing on the server called Pike Square. As you can see, we're right there. And we're not doing so good in this PvP round. There's something called world versus world. It's actually server versus server, and where we are battling over a world, land, right? Exactly like PvE, except it's against other players, so it's PvP, server versus server. Usually we are number 1 or 2, but as it is right now, we are up against 2 better servers, it appears. This one is the one I'm on. That happens. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. And of course you get rank up in that as well. Besides that, there is of course PvP, and there's normal PvP matches in many different types, just like you would expect. And again, I don't really play PvP. As you can see, I haven't ranked up anything. You can see I've played. I got 8 games played, won 3, lost some. Well, that's 5 of course. Top stats award 4 and something like that. And you can see I usually play Necromancer or Warrior. And I think that is actually why I made my Necromancer. He was doing pretty good in PvP. How about that? And I don't really play PvP. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and if you're interested, Pike and Square. See you around. Bye.